I'm Scott. I'm actually sort of from all over, so I was born in Germany, but moved to the UK shortly afterwards and just been in the UK most of my time. So I studied my bachelor's actually in Swansea University and Aerospace engineering, and yeah, now I've just moved on to a PhD, so again, still here at Swansea University. I'd already come here for my bachelor's and it was just a case of, well, continuing on for my PhD, but I mean, what really attracted me to Swansea was sort of the great environment that is brought out in this place. So you've got a lot of nice facilities here. The actual campus environment is very good. It sort of sets up nicely for a friendly environment, which is very good for studying. And also, what's not to love about having a beach on your doorstep? My PhD is in collaboration with Siemens, and the aim of the project is to design a bespoke analysis tool which can be used in the design process of MRI scanners. So Siemens have a problem where they don't quite, or would like to improve the understanding during the design phase of MRI scanners. And so this tool will, in theory, help to design out any unnecessary vibrations and things which can cause discomfort for patients and lead to high noise levels. So if you've ever been in an MRI scanner, it's pretty noisy. So getting rid of that is always a good bonus, I think. A couple of the things I really like about the PhD, particularly at Swansea for say, so in terms of my topic as a whole with computational analysis, I think the Zenkovich Centre here is actually one of the world leading centres, and that's always what's attracted me here. But in terms of the PhD, I guess I really like the ability that you can, sort of think for yourself. So it's quite a innovative way of having to go about problems, so coming up with different ways of problem solving and really thinking sort of almost at the forefront of research. And then I guess otherwise just being able to travel, so a lot of going to conferences and things and presenting your work in a professional environment has always attracted me, and being able to go on the beach to Greece or whatever is always an extra bonus, I think. I think the facilities at Swansea University are great. I mean, the fact that there's a brand new campus here and not particularly spoilt, there's, it's only 2 years old now, so the facilities here are actually really good. They've got, brand new wind tunnel, lots of workshops. In fact, you can see plenty of microscopes in the background. It's all just great facilities here, good workshop and even test facilities. So for undergrads and postgrads to be able to use these labs and really test, engineering practice and stuff in these environments is great, I think. What's not to love about having a beach? Again, always talking about the beach, but it is a good positive thing in the summer especially, I think. But the fact, it's a small city, so you've got a kind of a nice city feel going into the centre, but at the same time it's not too overwhelming like perhaps London can be. So particularly for anyone coming to here, I'd say it's great for sort of a laid-back environment, but also being able to experience city life. You've got good nightlife, and then you've got all sorts of things like the Gower Peninsula, and the Brecon Beacon's only a few miles away really. So it's just nice to be able to have the city life, but as well just to be able to go outside, and if you want to experience the nature, you can. I wouldn't say I've used student support directly a lot, but certainly during my undergraduate, there was a big focus on sort of employability, and in fact the employability team came to a couple of employability lectures and gave us discussions on, CV writing and interview techniques, which was, very useful for finding a job. I guess otherwise, as part of my PhD, I'm now helping out with the Maths Cafe, and I think it's a great idea, for engineers coming into the engineering environment and maybe not quite being up to date with their maths or software skills. They can really come along to this and really help learn, and it's just a great way for students to, not feel too scared about asking the questions. I guess here at Swansea anyway, there's a lot to choose from in terms of societies. So in fact, this is what really attracted me as well. The fact that you've just got so many societies, you can't even count them. So I guess in terms for what I did, so during my undergrad anyway, I went to music society. So I joined a number of bands, like the jazz band, wind band and stuff. And then also just carried on with some mates outside and joined some own bands and set up some gigs and things, which was always good fun to do outside. Otherwise, one of the big things I'm still involved with now is the rowing. So I quite enjoy rowing and just being active and sporting. And being able to do that, go and train with some other guys from outside the course is really nice, just to, lay back and chill when you haven't got, obviously you're still doing training, but just to relax outside of working life is great. And I think Swansea really helps to incorporate that. I'm coming into my final year now, my PhD, so really the next thing for me is to write up my thesis and get it all prepared and then have my viva and stuff. In terms of future prospects, I've always had this struggle of deciding whether to go down to academia or industry, and I mean it's still an open door for me. But coming to Swansea and doing my PhD is really definitely, from my undergrad to now my PhD, has really helped me to understand the greater world and really gain a good insight into what I want to do, and I'm sort of leaning perhaps more towards industry at the current phase anyway. First of all, you've got a beach. What's not to love about that? And I think it's probably one of the closest unis to the beach I've ever seen. But you know, it's great facilities here, and I'd say, you know, particularly for what I'm doing, computational engineering, I don't see anywhere else much better, to be honest. So I'd say just really go for it. You know, it's great nightlife, great city, great environmental sites you can go and see outside. And the uni as a whole and as itself is a brilliant place to be. And in fact, with a new campus that's only 2 years old, what's not to love about that?